ones that you want to be there. And of course, without you eliminating them, then you will not have your beautiful plant to, enjoy. Similarly, Mr. Napoleon Hill is saying to us this morning that it is important for you to have a plan for your success. If you just wish, if you just think that you can just get up and get things done like that, it will never, ever happen. So it's important for you to know that on each day that you're alive, there has to be a plan for the day. There has to be a plan for the week. There has to be a plan for the month. There has to be a plan for the quarter. There has to be a plan for the year. And that is why we stress the importance of, recognizing the goals that we are working towards. And of course, developing a plan around those goals. If you believe that the platform that we have is capable of helping you to achieve your goals, then you can pen your plan around, activities surrounding this particular venture. If not, like I always say, think of the things that, you believe that you can attain your goals through and go and get them done. I believe personally that network marketing is a more prudent route because of the mere fact that, you get the work in, and of course, the residual income will present themselves at a later date. So yes, it is indeed a very good platform, network marketing in general, particularly Vida Divina, because of the fact that the products are indeed authentic, and we have a compensation plan that was created just for people like you and I. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think deeply about how you are executing your day. Think about the fact that, you need to have a plan for each day, each day. Some people, you're having bad moments, which leads to bad days. And so therefore you're thrown off, you're distracted for some reason or another. When you have a plan, it's very difficult to be thrown off. When you have a burning desire, something that you can't escape, you can't escape the desire. You know that, look, my target is to meet a certain objective because of the fact that I am broke. And the truth is, most people are broke. 97% of the population are people living in what you call, whether you're newly poor or the original poor, but that's what it is, right? So to get out of that, create a plan. What is it that you are working with today? What is your plan for today? Are you, for example, creating a plan around those daily income producing activities? And if so, what exactly are you doing? What are your steps? How many people are you planning to dialogue with on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual basis to achieve your goal? I told you last night, for those of you who are in the training, that it took me 300 calls yesterday, speaking to 300 of my customers. I have these customer groups, with each group consisting of 256 individuals. And I, made some time yesterday. That was my plan, to sit down and to call 300 people. And I sold from that 19 products. And of course, today I have some products to deliver as well. That's separate and apart from the 19 I met people with yesterday and sold to them, right? So that is what happens when you have a plan. But look at it. I had to call 300 to sell 19 products. What does that say about, how we are operating as individuals? You can't call 2 people and expect the 2 people are going to say yes. You can't call 10 and expect them to say yes. Sir Clinton Daly so eloquently shared with us some time ago the power of the 10x. If you want to sell 10 products, then you have to speak with 100 people, according to Clinton Dale. If you want to sell 20, then you got to think of contacting 200 people. You want to sell 30, then you have to think of how you can speak to 300 people. And that's important. We have to recognize, ladies and gentlemen, that we're a part of the people's business. There's no getting around it. That's what we're a part of. Don't be shy. If you're lacking confidence, find ways of developing confidence. If you're having fears, then of course, the important thing is to start learning so you can overcome your fears. What are the fears that you have? Is it to speak? Then if it is to speak, then you need to start developing your speaking competencies. This is a good platform to do that. So when we say unmute your mic and share your thoughts, it starts here. It starts right, at a place like this, whether it's a training call or one of these morning calls that we do. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you this morning to, have that plan. Have that plan, have a plan, develop a plan, and then back that plan with all you have, with some level of action, and for sure, success will indeed be your birthright. I want to encourage you this morning to, if it means that you need to reevaluate your situation, reevaluate your situation. If it means that you need to align yourself with a different group of people, align yourself with the group of people that you think you need to align yourself with in order to have that success. If it is that you think that you need to take a break, no problem. Take the break that you need, to evaluate your situation and to plan and prepare yourself properly. But what you are not to do is not to be meandering, not to be just going out through the motion, not to be mediocre, but to strive for excellence in all that you do. The important thing is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we were created to be successful. Yes, when we were created by our God, He gave us the commission. He said we should go and we should replenish. He said we should make sure that we are reproducing. He said we should conquer. He said, look here, you should take full control over everything. There's nothing on this earth that you should not be in control of. The fish of the sea, the fowl of the air, you name it, the trees, they're all under our control. And so therefore, with that type of mindset, you must always believe that you are the head and never the tail. You must believe that you must lend. You must be the person lending and not the one borrowing. You must be the one, ladies and gentlemen, to be on top. That is how the Jewish people think. They don't see themselves as the people who are going to be, asking you for help. No, they are not interested in that. They are going to be the people who are always leading. And if you look at the world today, particularly in North America, the Jewish population constitutes 3% of America, yet still they are the richest people in the United States of America. They observe what they call their Sabbath, and that does not, no employer can say, no, you can't observe your Sabbath today because you have to be working. No, they create their own things. They have their own community that they work in. So if somebody needs an engineer, you can find an engineer in the Jewish community. If someone needs a plumber, there is one available. If someone needs a teacher, there is one available. In fact, they don't even let their kids go to attend the regular schools. They have their own schools. They have their own hospitals. They have everything for themselves, ladies and gentlemen. All because they believe that they are the head and not the tail. And what do? They back that up with action. For you to be able to back that up with action, ladies and gentlemen, there must first be a desire. And of course, that desire should lead to a plan. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, some of you are my friends, brothers and sisters. Have yourselves a wonderful day, a day of great productivity. Today we have our business opportunity presentation at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. May I invite you to tap into your network to see how many people you can get on this custom acquisition call that is scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Jamaica time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you all. Have yourselves a wonderful day. This call is officially over. Bye-bye.